Hey, everybody, it's Dr. Nakoa Garrett back with you again for Get Up and Get Back in the Game with yours truly. I am so glad that you have tuned in again to be with me. Listen, tonight, you know how I like to do it. We hit it and we quit it. I want to talk to you about not quitting, being tenacious, being determined, and staying the course. So I welcome you. I invite you, if you're tuning in now, or if you're tuning in later, or if you see the recording, please share, like, love. This information is getting out to so many people who need to be lifted, who need to be encouraged, who need to just start over, or just need to know, as my pastor said last Sunday, they need to level up. So if you're in this life, there are times when you're going to have to choose. Every day you have to choose. So every day you get up, choose to live. Every day that you decide to make some moves, choose to make the best move. Choose to make the best choices for yourself, right? Choose to live life fully skilled. Choose to be determined to overcome and to conquer anything that's coming your way. And hey, if you don't have the answer, choose to ask someone for the answer. Because in this life, it's all about choosing every day to stay in the game called life. It's choosing every day that, listen, I'm going to succeed. I am going to succeed. There are going to be things that's going to come your way every day. You know, we don't know what tomorrow is going to hold. And we don't even know. I mean, as much as we prepare, some of us prepare, some of us don't prepare. But regardless of how fully prepared we are, there are some things that just may come our way that can cause us to feel a little bit off balance. But in feeling off balance, you got to get your surround, you got to get your balance back. You got to get your viewpoints back. You got to get you back so that you can stand up, so that you can be up, and that you can continue on doing the things that you want to do. So again, it's all about not quitting. We got to be tenacious, like a lion, like a bull, going after what it is that you know God has put in your heart, going after what you have seen in visions and dreams. Look, go after that thing. You know, like some of the guys, you know, they see that they have that first heart crush somewhere like about third grade. No, it's usually for the girls, like about third grade, first, second, third grade. The girls have the crushes then. And like the guys are like standing, you know, they're leaning on the wall and they don't want to do. And sometimes we scare them and they start crying. But then, you know, eventually the tables will turn, right? And so some of these guys, you know, back in the day, they may have pursued you and they pursued until they conquered. Look, you have to pursue until you conquer the thing that you want to conquer. And don't get comfortable there and being and not quitting and being tenacious and being determined and staying the course. Because again, life is going to happen. Once you conquer one obstacle, you got to conquer another one because you want to keep getting up. You want to keep staying up. You want to keep leveling up your game so that you know what to do, how to do, and when to do it. And again, we may not have all the answers, but you want to make sure that you're in being tenacious and being determined and staying the course. You want to make sure that you have someone in your circle so that when you don't have the answer, somebody else does. You can tap into someone else. Now, there's three things that I'm going to focus on, and then I'm going to be done. Number one, don't let anyone cause you to doubt yourself, ever. Number two, pay attention to who you are. And number three, develop and maintain a relationship with the Lord. All right. Why? Because all of that is going to keep you from quitting. It's going to help you to be tenacious. It's going to help you to be determined. It's going to help you to stay the course. And sometimes you may have to walk this out by yourself. And that is okay because that will help to build your confidence. That will help to build your stamina. And you're not just walking it out by yourself. I mean, there may not be an individual person there, but there is God with you always. So everything that we do, you may not have a person there with you, because there are times, as I said before a couple of weeks ago, there's something called interdependence, where sometimes you're doing things alone, you're independent. There's sometimes you're doing things with other people, you're dependent, and there's sometimes there may be codependence, but you have to have balance there so that you won't lose yourself and just in doing so much for everyone else until you lose yourself. So you have to strike balance there, because we want to bless others as they are blessing us. But we just make sure that we have that balance. So don't give up. Don't let anyone doubt you, because here's what happens when you doubt yourself. And so I said that wrong. I said, don't let anyone doubt you. People are going to doubt you. But what I meant to say is, don't doubt yourself. And here's why. Because when we doubt ourselves, we look for approval for others. So if we're doubting ourselves and always looking for approval from others who are doubting us as well, because they're looking at us doubting ourselves, so they have no confidence in us because we have no confidence in ourselves, what makes you think that you're going to be able to move forward? So I don't want you to doubt yourself. So we'll talk about the opposite of that, but don't doubt yourself. Hey, the other thing is this. Doubting yourself leads to failures, because you worry about if you're going to succeed. You're worrying about if you're going to achieve. And so while you're worrying, you're not moving forward. So if you're not moving forward, you're standing still. If you're not taking the appropriate steps to get you to the next level, then you're stagnant, and that can cause you to fail because you're not doing anything. So don't doubt yourself. Don't let anyone cause you to doubt yourself, because you end up looking for approval. You end up worrying about your failures. And that inner critic on the inside is driving you batty. Listen, silence that bully. That inner critic who's telling you, yeah, you don't have no courage. Yeah, you don't have any strength. You have to silence it, because it is a bully, and it will bully you right out of your dreams. It will push you right out of your the things that you want to do, or that you know that you're capable of doing. But see, here's why we want to do that. This is why we want to do away with self-doubt. Now, the opposite of self-doubt is this. This is the reason why you don't want to allow yourself to self-doubt, to let that take over, or others. Don't let that get into your mind, into your heart. Okay? Because the opposite of self-doubt is confidence. Right? The opposite of self-doubt is determination. The opposite of self-doubt is acceptance of love, acceptance of self, and being heavy on personal love. Look, you got to be heavy on the love for you. You got to be held heavy on confidence, self-acceptance of you. All right. And then that way, self-doubt can't get in and cause all of this, wreak havoc on your mind, wreak havoc on your emotions, and keep you from going forward in advances on your job, going forward to go after those contracts, going forward to, hey, go after that relationship, going forward to do the things that you know that you want to do, writing books, whatever it is. Listen, cast down self-doubt and be heavy on the self-love. Be heavy on the confidence in yourself. Be heavy on the determination on yourself. All right. And again, we are being tenacious. We are being determined. We are staying the course, because there is so much that you have to do. People are waiting on you. People are waiting for me. People are standing by. They're reading you like a book. As the cliche saying is, you may be the only Bible that someone reads. You may be the only positive book that someone reads. You may be the only answer to solutions that someone reads while they're watching your lifestyle, watching your reactions, watching how you react or respond. Hey, we have a job to do in helping ourselves while we're helping others. So number 2, listen, pay attention to who you are. And that includes self management, self control, and having healthy barriers. So while I'm paying attention to who I am, these are some things that I do that I recommend, that is just a suggestion that you may try. So in the area of self management, I ask myself, Nicola, how are you maintaining your posture? Good, bad, and different, ugly, pretty. How are you maintaining your posture? Or how are you maintaining your poker face? Are you making faces when things aren't going your way? Are you making faces when things are going your way? How is that going to impact the environment? How can it influence it positively or negatively? That's just one example. But in maintaining and paying attention to who you are, your character, and how you want to present, and how you want to be perceived, you can't control what other people think or how they feel, but you can control how you want to present. So, and paying attention to you and to who you are, what is your self-management IQ? So I ask myself, Nicola, how do you maintain your posture? Nicola, what do you do to relax in self-management? Do I play what's it it's I used to play, I don't play it so much anymore, but I play racquetball. I used to play racquetball. I need to find some racquetball courts because I really, really love it. I haven't played it in a while, but I used to play to relax. I tried my hand at tennis many years ago. I had some friends and I played tennis with them. Tennis just wasn't my thing, but racquetball was. What do I do now to relax? I read. I go to the beach. I love water. I sit in front of water. I walk. I play in water. What do you do to maintain or to pay attention to who you are in your self management? And just how do you rest? So I wrote some things down for myself, and just how to rest. So do you rest knowing that God has everything in control? Do you rest even with your words, emotions, and thoughts that you need to reflect on while you're resting? While you're maintaining and paying attention to who you are. How do you rest? All right, and then having healthy barriers. When you pay attention to who you are, or I'm paying attention to who I am, you have to develop healthy barriers. That helps you to not quit. It helps you to be tenacious. It helps you to be determined. It helps you to stay the course because I need to know what I like. You need to know what you like. You need to know what you dislike. You need to know, hey, I am not gonna, this is as far as I'm going to go with this situation. Here's where I draw the line. I need to know, you need to know, this is no and this is yes. This is, give me some time to think about it. And then if that person or that situation can't wait, then maybe it wasn't as important for everyone. You know what I mean? So in paying attention to who you are, you want to look at self-management, self-control, and healthy barriers. So with that self-control, having self-control over your thoughts, over your words and your actions, because I've said this before, what you think will come out of your mouth. What comes out of your mouth, you will act on it. All right. So paying attention to who you are, because all of those things, self-management, self-control, healthy barriers, paints a picture that who creates? You and I, not what others create. All right. And then the last thing, developing and maintaining a relationship in the Lord. Okay, so if we're not going to quit, but we're going to we decide, we choose not to quit. We choose to be tenacious. We choose to be determined. We choose to stay the course. The last thing that we want to do that will help us to stay up, get up, stay up, level up, is developing and maintain a relationship with God. Why? Because He builds us. Why? Because He lifts us. He catches us when we fall. He catches us when we're short. He catches us even when we're doing well and we're riding high, and then we're still doing good, but we may make a bad business decision. Nobody else knows but maybe one or two people, and it didn't destroy whatever you had set in place. He catches us. Or we need to come up with a great invention or a great idea or a solution for a family member, a solution for our kids, whatever it may be. And God says, hey, I got you right here. He catches us, good and bad. This is why it is important to develop and maintain a relationship with us. He restores us. He promotes us. He increases us. He causes us to prosper. And with him, listen, we never lose. We learn. We don't, and when I say we never lose, we learn. Well, someone may be saying right now, well, okay, I lost someone. Yeah, I lost my dad. I mean, everybody knows me, knows that I am a daddy's girl. I lost my dad a couple of years ago. It was bittersweet, but I had to learn that in the transition before my dad took his last breath. I was there when he took his last 5 breaths. I was there during his healthy time. I was there when his health was going down, and I was there at the end. And I asked God, what is it in this situation that you want me to understand, that you want me to learn? And it had nothing to do with, oh, your dad is going because you weren't this or you weren't that, or he wasn't this or he wasn't that. It was God's love, God's maturing me, God giving me understanding, God giving me wisdom in that whole process. So in that time, I learned, Nicole, you are not losing. You're learning something about this process. You're learning something about this relationship and this transition between you, God, and your Father, that you can transition over to, or you can tell someone else about it to help them in the process while you're healing, while you're being delivered, both of you in the process, right? So we never lose. We learn, even in a bad business deal, even in friendships, even in, finances. Look at it as a way to learn. We only lose if we choose not to learn. Listen, God set us up to learn. He set us up to win. He set us up to grow. He set us up to increase. He set us up to conquer. Bottom line, he set us up to not be quitters. He set us up to be tenacious. He set us up to be determined. He set us up to stay the course. And that is why it's important to develop and maintain a relationship with him, because he helps us through all of this, right? And so my life becomes a lifestyle, and your life becomes a lifestyle of praise, of worship, of lifting, developing, growing, richness, and abundance when we develop and maintain a relationship with him. So listen, don't let anyone cause you to doubt yourself. Pay attention to who you are. Develop and maintain relationships so we can stay in the game, so we can get up, so we can level up. We don't quit. We're tenacious. We're determined, and we stay the course. Thank you guys for being with me tonight. I love you all. I will see you next Thursday. Have a good one.